Hi, this is just a quick video on how to apply your perfect foundation. There's a couple different ways that you can do this. I'm going to show you both because you might want to play around with it to find what works best for you. So my current favorite method is to use a dry sponge. I use our Blenderful. This is a mini version. I don't have any others that are clean right now, so this is the mini. And what I do, I mix my shades because I'm kind of in between. So what I do is I just pick up some of each color and just dab it on my face. What you're going to find is the makeup is a solid, but it softens with heat. So because it's a tree wax based product, the heat warms it up and it makes it easier to work with. So if you're going to do your foundation this way, you can just dab it on. If you want to do it with a makeup brush, which works really well too, like I have this number 17 diffuser brush, you can do the same thing. But what I really recommend if you're going to use a diffuser brush is to actually scrape a little bit of your color and put it on your hand until it warms up. So just leaving it on the back of your hand for like 30 seconds and then do the same thing where you basically just tap it onto your face around it. And then it'll be warm and you can start to work it in, excuse me. So if you are gonna use a sponge, it's really easy and straightforward. You're just dabbing and working that product in. What's awesome about this product too, you guys, is it doesn't get into your pores. So it's never gonna cause breakouts because it sits on top of your pores. It doesn't get into them. A lot of times a lower quality or lower product ingredient list is gonna have talc in it or more oils, and that's gonna get into your pores, and that's what can cause breakouts. And that's why you'll hear women say, well, I can't really wear foundation because I break out from it. And you're not gonna experience that with this foundation. So what you'll find is you can totally adjust the coverage of your foundation. So for me, this is a pretty light application. You might want to have your application, and this gives me a chance to show you guys how to do the brush. Otherwise, you might be happy with a lighter amount. I know a lot of my friends are not big makeup wearers, so they don't want heavy coverage. I like it because it gives me a blanker canvas because I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. So if I go a little bit heavier with the coverage, then I can play around with colors more and they pop a little bit more on my skin. But you know, on a normal day-to-day basis, I keep it pretty light. So what I did on this one is I did scrape that foundation out like I showed you, and I just put it on the back of my hand. And now I'm just tapping it on. So it's already working so much easier than when I just started working with it on the back of my hand because it's warmed up. So then if you're gonna use a foundation brush, what I suggest, it's really easy. It's like putting, I don't know, a magic eraser to your face. It just starts to cover and blend everything out. Don't forget to work down your neck. Super, super simple. Just a couple things that you might need to troubleshoot. If you're experiencing creasing around the eyes, sometimes you have to sort of scale back how much product you put there, because when we get to a certain age, the less around the eyes, the better, especially if you are dealing with crepey skin or a lot of wrinkles. If that is the case, I would really suggest that you look at getting the primer and setting spray because it will help control that. And also using a pressed powder would be really helpful. And we have two different pressed powders. One is our translucent powder, and then we have colored powders that actually match your foundation color. So either one of those will help as well. Also, if you use a concealer under your eyes, you may want to avoid putting any foundation in that area and just let the concealer be the coverage in that area, because too many layers of makeup can cause issues. If you're experiencing some shine or some oiliness, sometimes you're gonna need to go with a powder. It's a pretty common thing to do foundation in a powder, and you might find that you need to do that if you only have the foundation. So let me know, because no matter what the issue is, there are so many tips and tricks on how to solve the problem, how to make you 100% happy, because you are not gonna get this coverage anywhere while still experiencing such a lightweight, good product for your skin. I hope that helps, and I hope that you're in touch with me. If you have any questions at all, I'm definitely available, and I wanna make this your most perfect foundation, just like it's called. Thanks, bye.